My question is about, I've done some work for a client, and I won't mention anyone, but in the recent past that involved artwork and creative design. And this client has been kind of abusive towards me in the recent past when I've tried to get paid. And basically, I agreed to work on an hourly wage. And this client, it became a little bit, in other words, basically, I had to do a lot of redesigns. I did a lot of work, and I basically amounted to a lot of hours. And now the client basically has accepted the work, took my designs to another agency, and has marketed basically my ideas that I worked out over time with him, with this client and his partners. And right now, I've basically been cussed out, and I've not been able to collect anything. And I guess I'm asking a question is, can I find an attorney that might be able to take this case on a percentage basis? Because right now I've worked on this for several months over the COVID-19 crisis and really don't have a lot of money right now. So,
Mark, what do you think the overall value of your time is?
I'll put it this way. It's around $8,000 worth of work, and I'd be willing to settle for about half of that just to try to make the thing go away at this point.
Okay.
But
you got a few things here I'd like to comment on. Number one is, I assume that you don't have a contract with the individual that you're working with. If you had a contract, that would spell out the terms of your agreement very easily. And in the event of a dispute, you take and you enforce that contract. So if they're a failure to pay, or they're being hard to deal with and you're hard to collect with, well, then you have your contract, and then filing a lawsuit against that individual to enforce that contract to get paid, that's a lot easier. So I'm assuming that you don't have a contract, but going forward in the future, to protect yourself, and we have contracts with some of our friends because you never know how something needs to be decided, and it's always better to decide that early on so you don't have a dispute, and you can work out those issues before any issues ever arise. So in your situation, if you don't have a contract, you need to start using a contract in the future for the work that you're doing. Number two is, is it copyrighted? Do you have a copyright on the work that you've done? Is it a protected work that you perform for these individuals? And a lot of times when you actually make up, I'm gonna just call it artwork or creative design stuff, some of the designers will have, not for resale or publish. And that's a lot of times if you order pictures back in the day, you'd get just a copy of one and have copy stamped on top of it, so it couldn't be duplicated or replicated. And the last point I'd like to comment on is the percentage fee. So the reason I ask you about the percentage fee is an attorney, will charge you a percentage in the event that he thinks that he can be successful in winning your case. It also helps when someone doesn't have the money to pay an attorney up front. So it's no different than my firm representing somebody in an auto accident case. And the reason, and the way why I'm saying that is, individuals come to us who a lot of times 90% of our clients don't have the money to pay us on an hourly rate. So we're able to charge them a contingency fee, which benefits them. It benefits them in the short term, in the long term. It's a 100% benefit to a client because it allows them access to an attorney 100% of the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if we keep our phones on that long. But, they have the right for somebody to represent them because the insurance company, they have an attorney already representing them. In your situation, it sounds like it will be a county court case. And, getting an attorney, there may be an attorney out there that will work on a contingency fee basis, but how much time are they going to have to put in on your case and only expect to receive a certain percentage of maybe $8,000? And that's something that you need to consider. I know that times are tough now with a lot of people being laid off and being furloughed, but I hate that this has happened to you, but I wouldn't give up. There's a lot of attorneys in our area. There's a lot of attorneys in our area that practice copyright and contract law. And if you have, if you can't find anybody, feel free to reach out to us during the week, and maybe we can make some referrals to you, that people that we trust and we know that would do a good job, but I can't guarantee that they would take your case or be able to work on a percentage fee, because a lot of these individuals, they like to be paid by the hour on contract cases. So don't lose hope. If someone owes you the money, go after it, and especially, you know, if you can work a deal with the attorney to represent you, that they can be made whole and that you can be made whole as well, I highly recommend it.